was a couple that invited a friend over for dinner. The friend enjoyed the dinner with his associates. And while the wife was out of the room, the gentleman said, "Sir, tonight you have been calling your wife these wonderful, cute names. My dear, Buttercup, my love." And he said, "That is so sweet. After so many years, still using such a wonderful pet name as you talk to your wife." Well, his friend leaned over to him and said, "Actually, I just forgot her name." Fellow Toastmasters, Dale Carnegie once said, "The sweetest name to any person, a person's name to that person is the sweetest and most enjoyable sound in any language." May we enjoy knowing each other's names. And when I think about remembering names, I'm reminded of a television show I watched a few times growing up. Growing up in New Hampshire, right nearby was Boston, Massachusetts, where we heard the Cheers theme song quite often. "Oh, don't you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name." In fact, that's one of our songs in our songbooks. And what have we got here is a club, Voice of Many, where we all know everybody's name. And I hope we feel that each and every day that we come here, to feel connected to one another, to know Carl, our president, Don, our Toastmaster today, and each and every person, the experiences that we can share. Well, now that we know everybody's name, what do we do with that? We share it. We want everyone to participate in this club. Our friends, our associates, co-workers, inviting them to participate is an opportunity we have to share. When Toastmasters started, Ralph Smedley organized the Toastmaster program because he saw a need. He didn't join a club for himself or develop the club for himself, but it was to share with others. And so many people enjoyed it that he got too many requests that he actually created a book on how to start a club and started sending that to the requests that people were sending him. There is such an excitement for Toastmasters. We've all been there. The day we weren't a Toastmaster, turning into the day we became a Toastmaster. What was your reason for joining? How did you find out about Toastmasters? All of these stories are unique to you and to your experience, but they all have one thing in common. We stayed. We stayed because we felt that connection with one another. I joined Toastmasters 2.5 years ago, and it started off because of a conversation. I had heard about Toastmasters. A friend of mine from my church was visiting my home, and somehow the conversation led to, "I really would love to join this club I heard about called Toastmasters." To which he responded, "Well, I'm a member. I could bring you as a guest." An honorable guest, I later found out. And that's exactly what he did. A simple invitation. And I visited and joined Toastmasters soon after. Each of us have that opportunity. We may not have a person that comes up to us and says, "Hey, I'd really like to join Toastmasters. Do you know of a club?" But we have opportunities to interact. Things that we may not even think about. I was inspired by one of our members, Don Griffith. And he shared with me that one of our club members in another club joined because he met them at the DMV and started a conversation and said, "Hey, you should come to Toastmasters." And that person did, and actually took a long time, a few months, and they joined. Well, I was sitting in the Pep Boys shop waiting for my car to get fixed. And I thought I should be social and friendly. And so I started talking to the fellow gentleman next to me. And suddenly I felt this desire to share about this random thing called Toastmasters that had nothing to do with our conversation. And I said, that's a great idea. I'm going to share it. And so I did. I said, hey, have you ever heard of Toastmasters? He said, no. I said, it's this really fantastic club where you learn to speak and to be a leader. I said, would you like to come and visit? As simple as that. I pulled out a business card that I had from my leadership. Unfortunately, it had no club information, and I thought, well, this is useless. I wrote it on there. And hopefully that was helpful to him. And I passed it along. He hasn't come yet, but Don's invitation took a few months, so I'm still holding out hope. But how easy is that to share? Make an invitation. Allow people to participate in this great treasure that we found. And it doesn't take anything away from us. It only adds. So I invite you to think about, who do you know that isn't a Toastmaster? Whose name do you already know? And who can we invite each day, each week, so that they can come and be a part of Toastmasters, and they can be a name that everybody knows? Because we want to be a place where everybody knows your name. Mr. Toastmaster.